Hello again, and welcome back to 9 Years in China with old teacher Kenny. Hope you're getting a little bit out of my videos. I enjoy doing them, and I enjoy sharing experiences with you, just things that I've seen and done in China. Remember, all this stuff is my interpretation. It's not up for debate. I don't want to argue with anybody. These videos are just for what I have seen and done. And so anyhow, I hope you're enjoying. I want you to subscribe to my channel and just have a good time watching some videos, and I hope it gives you some time to think. Today I want to talk about a little bit of things you see on the street in China. China is obviously a nation of a lot of people. In the cities, hundreds of thousands, millions of people daily, going about their business, and there's always something to see if you are an observer, or you're going to bump into something. Give an example like beggars. There are beggars everywhere in China on the street, and usually if you're walking up some kind of stairs, or if you're at a crossroads or something, there's usually always some beggar sitting there, with a pan in his hand. They're trying to get some money. Now, just like in America, there are legitimate beggars and there are beggars professional. And there's no way for sure to know exactly if they're sitting there and they have a foot cut off or they got one arm. Well, I assume they have a real disability. Sometimes I'll throw them a coin. My students always wanted me to walk away from a beggar when I encountered one on the street. And sometimes they would see us foreigners, and they just almost chase us foreigners because they just think we're all rich and money's falling out. If I'm walking down the street, I got money falling out of my pocket. So you encounter lots of these things, and sometimes they even come into the stores, behind you or whatever, but the people usually run them out really fast, because it's embarrassing for the Chinese citizen when they see a foreigner having some kind of interaction like that. Remember, in China, everything's kind of about saving face. But anyhow, you see lots of beggars, and if you're in China visiting, it's going to be up to you whether you want to throw them a bone or not. You do not have to, because if not, if you do, you could be poor by the end of the day. It's pretty rampant, I've seen mothers and babies on the street, and obviously maybe there's something there to that. Like I said, then if you see a handicap, they're probably not trying to cheat you. But there's lots of that, and you have to be careful. Some cities are known for thieves. I was always careful when I rode on a bus. I didn't want people behind me. I didn't like standing too close to any shady-looking character. And the women especially, if they're on a bus, somebody might come up and with a razor and cut their purse open and steal right there in front. I mean, if you're kind of holding on to the bars and you're riding on the bus and you get off the bus and your billfold's gone and you see where somebody had cut your purse open. Now, this happened a lot when I was in Huainan. Some cities are just known for stealing. I've had bicycles stolen and several times. But at the same time, I might leave one of my teaching books somewhere on a desk in a classroom, and the next week when I come back into the classroom, my book is sitting in the exact same spot. So the culture is really strange when it comes to that kind of thing. The beggars, one day I was getting off a bus, and this makes me think of the beggar because this guy also was a beggar. I get off the bus in front of a supermarket, and I feel something grabbing my pants, and I'm like this, then I look down, and maybe it's the shortest human being I had ever seen. He was beyond midget. he was a full-blown dwarf as far as I could tell, and maybe 2.5 feet tall. He was the shortest human I'd ever seen, and he was trying to get money from me, but he's so short, he's pulling on my pants leg, and trying to ask for money. And the people around me, the citizens, were shooing the guy away. Again, they're embarrassed, because the foreigner, me, is seeing these things. Okay, and I didn't mind. I mean, I knew, but again, it troubled the citizen maybe more than me. But you see so much on the street. You see lots of poor people. Not just beggars. You just see people from every walk of life. You might see some guy getting out of a Porsche, and then right next to him is some lady trying to sell fruit from her garden. So China is very diverse, and you can see it all within minutes of each other. There is little separation. There's not just a high-class part of town or the middle class or the poverty part of town. It's all ran together. So anyhow, there's something else I wanted to say, but I was about that. But beggars, thieves, you have to watch out for everything. The street markets can be full of these things, and you just got to, if you're in a place, if you feel like you're in some sort of danger, just get out of there, Like me, I spoke enough Chinese, I could kind of mend in with everybody, and I'm okay. But anyhow, think about, what's going on over there and how different it is from America. In America, lots of bad things are hidden from us, and we don't encounter on the street as much unless you are in a big, big, big city. But in China, every city has a lot of people, so you see everything constantly. So anyhow, don't forget to subscribe and just have a great day, okay? We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.